Earlier today, I watched an anime. It's called Watamote. Some of you might have heard of it, some of you may not. I heard about it through a podcast of some sort a few days ago, and I was very interested into the concept, which was essentially a girl, a high school girl named Atanamo or something, Tamono. Uh, Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Anyway, she tries to essentially build herself up to being a popular person. Now, this might seem very similar to a lot of animes. However, what makes this one especially different is because it's playing off the whole, well, as the Japanese like to call them, the. I don't even remember what they're called, but. I don't even remember what they're called, but they're the introverted type of teenagers, uh, and that's what she is. Not only is she introverted, but she has extreme social anxiety and a lot of shyness. Basically, take Fluttershy and times her anxieties and timidness to like 100, and put it in a more relatable scale. And that pretty much describes Tanamo. And essentially, the plots of the anime are essentially she's put through different scenarios in high school or whatever, and it usually plays off with however her anxiety is getting to her. Like for example, in one scene, she was trying to get popular by essentially trying to have like a live stream or something, kind of like what Twitch does in a way, but a little different. And she kind of panicked out in the middle of it when she didn't know what to talk about. And so that's the example. Other examples include like going to different coffee shops and trying to see if you can hang out with somebody, but you can't because you're just too timid to do so. And so that's what the anime is. And I watched the whole thing, and it's not very long. It's like 12 episodes. I know that seems shocking, because most animes, like, they go from, like, millions upon millions of episodes to finish a story, but here it's just 12. Now, the thing about it is, there's two reasons why I don't specifically recommend it, though. One is that the end kind of leaves a very hollow feeling. Let me explain. During the whole course of the anime, there's not really much progression in the terms of Tanamo's character. Like, she gets like anxious at first, and then by the end she's still at the same point. It's almost as if her mind has not learned anything. Now, you could make the argument that this is taking place in realistic time, and that makes sense. However, considering all the events that were going on in such way, it kind of feels a little bit bittersweet to see this. Not to mention, I believe in the very beginning, it starts off with a narrator telling us that this is her story that does not match her. And by the end of it, he continues. And by the way, the narrator only comes in the first and the last episode, I believe, if I remember right. And at the end of the last episode, he says the story that doesn't matter. And Tanamo then straight up says, "You're right. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how she tried to get popular or how she wanted to do so." And it kind of leaves a bitter feeling for the audience, especially those who can relate. Because I'm going to tell you guys something. Now, I don't have extreme anxieties and extreme social disorders, but I will say that I kind of have weak social skills, and I do have a bit of anxiety. So in a sense, I relate to this anime about 25%, maybe, at best. And so and when you relate to this type of thing, it kind of comes off a little bit more bittersweet to your feelings than to the others, because while they have it much higher, and you see that by the end they're satisfied, but to the viewer like me, I'm not very satisfied, because in the end you're still like that. And I guess I can understand why she's like that, because it's trying to take place in a more realistic setting compared to a lot of other animes. So that might be the cause, but even though we've seen how much he goes through, and we see through many different forms of the animation how dramatic these sort of changes appear on her, which kind of brings a more, kind of brings like a bigger imprint on us. So that's the one reason why I would not recommend it. Second reason is because there is a lot of not safe for work stuff in this. Not to the point where it's straight up hentai bad, but let's just say it can get a little uncomfortable in some circumstances. Again, nothing too harmful. Like I'd say T-rated, T at best. T-rated at best. Like if this was a video game, it's T-rated at best. And one thing I really do like about the show, however, is that it has really good animation, obviously for an anime, and it also has a lot of really good editing and a lot of really cool filters for the motions and the settings and atmospheres, and there are a lot of interesting angles and views that make it really fun to watch. So that's one thing I would recommend it for. But as for if you're looking for something that feels relatable but satisfying, I would not choose this. If you're looking for something that's just relatable and only want to watch a few episodes of it, then I would recommend this. Again, not with your family though, but just if you're interested. So that's pretty much my little review talk on Watamote, Watamote, I think. And which, by the way, if you can't believe it, you know what it actually translates out to in English? And I'm not kidding. You can look this up, and I might be a little wrong in some words, but it really is like this. Watamote translates out to, no matter how you see it, the reason I'm not popular is because of you. That is exactly what Watamote translates to. Such a long sentence for one small word. So that's my little review / talk of it, and I hope you guys enjoyed my 2 cents on it. Maybe you leave your comments down on what you guys think and be interested. Okay, thank you guys for listening, and see y'all later.